Hello everybody, hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody.
Mommy,
Hope you're
Mommy,
feeling
you have an
feeling-
iPhone 12?
Hope you're feeling fine.
But you already have an iPhone.
I have an iPhone, yeah. I have an iPhone, yeah. iPhone. Hello everybody, hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody, hope you're feeling, hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody. Please comment below, let me know where you're joining from. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Feeling, hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody, hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody, hope you're feeling, hope you're feeling fine. It's Saturday and I am going live for the first time on a Saturday today. Okay, I am making egusi soup. Egusi. And I'm also cooking. I'm going to shut the door, please. Yes, I'm going to shut this door. Ah, Saturdays are always so busy. As some people say busy. Some people say busy. Some people say busy. Saturdays are always so busy. Today I'm making egusi soup. I'm making okra soup. I have my okra. I have my meat cooking. I can show you. Oh my goodness, my kitchen is so messy. There's meat going in. That one is going in soon, and then I have meat here cooking. Cow leg. I'm going to make egusi soup. And so I decided to do it live in case anybody is interested in learning how to make egusi soup. Okay? Yeah. Turn my camera back. Yes, I'm in my tiny kitchen. Kitchen is really small. I have my dry fish. This is barracuda fillets. This is one fish I didn't used to get a lot in Nigeria, but here it's common, so I use it a lot. I'm using it for my soup as well as my bitter leaf, dried bitter leaves. I'm gonna use that for the soup as well. So I pretty much have everything ready for this soup. All I need to do is just cook it, but I'm waiting for my meat to get done. I have small stockfish here, and I still have more in the pot. So very soon everything will be going into the pot. I'm also doing laundry, just in case you can hear the whirring in the background. I'm also doing laundry. So let me know if you can hear me very well. Hope you're feeling, hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody, hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody, hope you're feeling. So, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm just setting up some settings, right, to protect the community. Just adding some settings to protect the community because
I drank all of the water.
that's good. You want more?
Yes.
Do you want more water?
Yes.
Okay, take. You have to eat it yourself. I went shopping this morning and I got a lot. I've put everything away, but the window is open. These are flies. It's got flies. Oh, I hate flies. So see a fly on art. Oh, so I hate flies. I hate flies. Happy Saturday. What is everyone doing today? Is everyone busy like me? Cooking. I've gone shopping. I'm doing the laundry. I'm cooking. And I've practically meal prepped breakfast
Mommy,
for the adults in my house.
3008 is not an electric car.
It's not?
No.
What is it then?
It's a hybrid car.
Okay, my darling. Go and wash your hands. If you use the toilet, you need to wash your hands. So, I have made breakfast for the adults in my house for the week. Packed and in the freezer because I decided that meal prepping is not just cooking a whole batch of food, right? Meal prepping is having meals ready. So I'm coming to the realization that meal prepping is not the same thing as batch cooking, okay? Meal prepping and batch cooking are not the same thing, because you can cook a batch of jollof rice, but that is just one meal, and you don't even know how far that jollof rice is going to go. So meal prepping is a higher level of batch cooking, where you prepare the meal, the batch cooking is done, and then you portion it and are sure of how many meals you're actually getting from that batch, so that when you are done, you can say, okay, I have meals available, or I have meals prepped for 1 day, or I have meals prepped for 2 days or 3 days, or whatever, however long your batch cooked meals are projected to last. So when you have that projection, then you can plan and say, okay, by Wednesday I should be expecting that I will prepare another batch of food for the next few days, or by Tuesday, or whenever. Or you could say, I have breakfast prepped for the week, so that all I need to do is prepare dinner. For instance, some people prepare 3 meals a day. I have a child who eats 3 meals a day. I don't eat 3 meals a day. So even the breakfast I prep, my mouth is not inside, because I don't eat breakfast. Okay, I don't eat breakfast, and it was a very tasty meal. It is a very tasty meal. Okay, very tasty meal. But I didn't I didn't include my mouth. I didn't include my mouth because I don't eat breakfast. I had it today, and that's it. Because man, look, all the fasting I'm doing, see how big. Hey, yes. Put on a lot of weight, so put on a lot of weight. If I lose this weight, then. So please help me tap on your screen. If you are in the live stream, help me tap on your screen. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, I'm going to be live for just 1 hour, so let me know where you're joining from. When my egusi soup is ready, I'll go off so that I can go and eat it. Like, seriously, what else do you expect? So I'm going to be live for just 1 hour anyway. So if you are joining, let me know where you're joining from. Hope you're feeling fine. Hello everybody. Hope you're feeling. Hope you're feeling. Hope you're feeling fine. So I've just been in the kitchen pretty much all morning. I woke up, I went shopping. And did you guys notice that Obi Kubana started a YouTube channel? Hey God. Anybody that is not on this social media should just go and ask themselves what they are doing, and particularly on YouTube. Obi Kubana's videographer, I watched the video that he did some days ago, in which he talked about Obi Kubana, his business, his work ethic, his life, how he became himself, what he did to make his first 1 million. Very, very, very good video. I love watching such videos. So as soon as I saw it, I clicked on it. Okay, I clicked on it and I watched it to the end. My dear, Obi Kubana has started a YouTube channel. Some people think that they know something. Like when people are talking about social media, growing a following and all of that, some people are still playing. Some people are still on social media. Of course, YouTube is social media anyway. So people are still on social media playing and just posting videos, just posting videos for fun. And some people are earning a living from this same social media that some people are using to catch fun. And some other people are using it strategically. Imagine Obi Kubana. Obi Kubana. And in that video that his videographer did, he said that Obi Kubana has so many businesses. He has so many businesses that he was even asking him, how do you keep track of your businesses? And Obi Kubana said, look, I know that if you wake me up from sleep, I can tell you the revenue from each one. Being a billionaire is not come chop. And this guy has started a YouTube channel. Obi Kubana has a YouTube channel. Guys, listen. You see, this YouTube thing, this social media thing, this Facebook thing, there are pros and there are cons to it. But the earlier one begins to cultivate it, the better, because it is like the earth, like soil, like farm. Okay, some people just buy produce and eat. Some people make a living from that produce. That all those people, some people are tilling the soil itself, but it is available to everybody. If you want to start a farm, you can find land. You can find land to start a farm any day, anytime. So everybody is walking on the earth. Everybody is eating from the earth. Everybody is buying food from the earth. But some people have chosen that I am the one that will be tilling the earth to produce the food that other people are going to be paying me money for. So it's available to everybody. It's just like soil. It's just like the earth. That's where I see YouTube. I see social media. But Obi Kubana has started a YouTube channel. I mean, no, because I love Obi Kubana. I'm a huge fan of his. Let me not say I love him. I'm a huge fan of his. He just clocked 50. Was it this year? He had his 50th birthday. I am a huge fan of Obi Kubana's, and some people say, "Oh, this guy, he's people have accused him of all kinds of things. As source of income is not legit." Okay, people are saying that the source of income is not legit and all of that. But for me, if you want to know someone whose business is legit, it's not difficult. It's not difficult to know somebody whose business is legit. Obi Kubana, I've worked with a man that reminds me so much of Obi Kubana, or Obi Kubana reminds me so much of. And I always talk about him because he's somebody that I was privileged to be a very, very close staff to. I was his technical assistant. He's a billionaire, right? And a Nigerian billionaire, okay? Christian and everything, but billionaire. My meat is cooking. Oh gosh, I need to get this show on the road. This show being my egusi soup. All right, so I worked for this guy, an Anambra guy. I am from Anambra State myself, but Ananum Imo State, like the way they say it. I'm married to an Imo man. Okay, so this guy, and today I'm going to talk about, what am I talking about today? I'm talking about, really, we've been talking about friendship, we've been talking about relationships in my previous live streams, okay? But today I really want to go down to the topic of friendship, okay? Because, guys, it's a thing. It is a thing, okay? So my meat is not, it's so hard, eh? This cow leg still strong, but which day I go cook this soup finish, because I go cook my soup. I go leave I'll leave the cow leg and just cook my soup, because I have meat, I have meat. It's just this cow leg. I have not cut my okra for my soup, so let me quickly do that. Give me a minute. Let me get the okra. I just forgot. Okra for the meat, not. I have cut my okra. Sorry, the onions for the meat, because they say they don't add onions to soup in Nigeria. They add onions to the meat. Somebody told me that I'm not supposed to add onions to my soup. It was like a faux pas. But what was I talking about? I was talking about the person I worked for before I left Port Harcourt. A man that I consider myself privileged to have been close to. Yeah, I consider myself privileged to have gotten into his kind of to be close to him, because I worked for him as a technical assistant. Right now, the reason I respect Obi Kubana was because I was close to this man, and he reminds me a lot of Obi Kubana. And coincidentally, I think he's in his 50s, I think, or he just clocked 50 as well. He's also a Anambra guy, and from watching this guy work, and just working for him in his company, and seeing the kind of money that business made, and seeing the kind of work, how much work this guy had to do, as in there was never a time I called my MD that he didn't pick his phone. I'm the one who will say no, I can't call him by this time, because me, I have to have a life. I have to have a life. There was never a time I called my MD. He was the MD of the company. There was never a time I called him that he did not pick. And here I am chopping onions into my pot. There was never a time I called him that he didn't pick. I will call him at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. He will answer his phone, and he won't even complain, why are you calling me by this time? He never did that. While I was working for him, he started an exploration company, oil and gas exploration company. He registered an oil and gas exploration company. He had registered about 3 companies, 2 companies while I was working for him, and the one I was working for was already going to 12, 13 years by the time I was there, and had contracts for big oil companies, the IOCs and the LOCs. And he was still growing. He was investing in real estate and whatnot. So when I saw Obi Kubana, let me open the window. When I see Obi Kubana, rather, I respect him, because people see anyone that has money as someone that is probably running things illegally. So many people think that, when you have a lot of money, it's not legit. The problem with that kind of mindset is, guys, if you have that kind of mindset, making legit money, plenty of money legitimately, will be difficult for you. Our mindset is so important in whatever we are doing, right? Our mindsets are so important. Our mindset is so important in whatever we are doing, okay? Making a lot of money legitimately will be difficult for you if you believe that everybody that has a lot of money didn't make it legitimately. Now, when Obi Kubana started talking about the things he does, the businesses he has, he said he made his first 1 million when he was doing NYSC or so. He said from primary school he used to sell things. He had an entrepreneurial spirit from when he was a child. My son, Ron, what's wrong?
My blood fell.
He already had an entrepreneurial spirit from when he was a child, and I've seen people like that. I've met people like that. I have heard of people like that. Okay, being an entrepreneur is a gift that everybody does not possess. That is the truth. But when some people have entrepreneurial spirit, they don't find it easy, you understand, to just sit and not do anything, or just be doing only one thing. Such people, they have their fingers in so many pies at the same time. And that is why I absolutely believe that Obi Kubana, let me show you. Obi Kubana is everything he says he is. He's a businessman, he's a billionaire, he's so hardworking. I began to trust, not trust him, I can't say I trust him because I don't know him. I began to really leverage. I began to really respect him when I saw a video of him on Facebook where he was talking about keke. No, that was not even when I started respecting him. I started respecting him when he was talking about Odogwu bitters. When he produced Odogwu bitters, nobody knew Obi Kubana until he buried his mom. I didn't know him. Until he buried his mom in Oba. That was how the whole Nigeria knew about Obi Kubana. Meanwhile, there was a reason why he became so poor. Everybody knew him because there are people that knew him. He was already big by that time, but that was when the whole Nigeria now knew him. Okay, when he buried his mother in Oba, that was when the whole Nigeria now heard of Obi Kubana. Those of us that hadn't heard of him before that was when we got to know him, that oh, there's somebody that is burying his mother. And it really touched me because it was his mom, not his dad, his mom that he was burying in Oba. The whole Nigeria stood at attention. I kid you not, the whole Facebook was talking about this burial. That was when all of us got to know Obi Kubana. But before then, there were people that already knew him, but he leveraged on that popularity to show you what a real businessman is. And I'm yet to really understand everything he does, because he has a lot of things he does. In that video, I think he was talking about he produces drinks. Like, I don't know if it's alcoholic drinks or what kind of drinks, but I know Odogwu bitters is definitely alcoholic. He leveraged on that burial to produce Odogwu bitters. That popularity that he gained after his mother's funeral. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, okay? He leveraged on that popularity to do what? To produce Odogwu bitters. It was after that burial that I knew about Odogwu bitters. Correct me if I'm wrong. So he leveraged on that burial, on that event, to produce Odogwu bitters, okay? And Odogwu bitters came into the market. But when I saw Odogwu bitters in the market, that was when I began to say, this guy must be legit, because this is not something that is attractive. A lot of people that want to do businesses that are sophisticated, businesses that are attractive, businesses that are, cute and, not boring. They call them boring businesses. So people that do boring businesses are people that are really rich and really make a lot of money. So when I saw Odogwu bitters, I said, this guy must be, because everybody has that impression that all these people that I don't want to start calling all those kind of things that people attribute to those kind of people, but there are names that that they call them. And so they start saying all kinds of things about them. But when I saw Odogwu bitters and I saw the extent he went to promote Odogwu bitters, and how he had influencers doing videos and sponsoring influencers to promote that. There's water on this, spilled water. Started using influencers to promote it and everything. And I was like, no. This is a genuine businessman. This is a genuine businessman. That was what I got. That was what I got out of that. I was like, this is a genuine businessman. Because people that do all kinds of negative and illegitimate business to make money, they don't get their hands dirty. They don't get their hands dirty, which is why the issue of Billboard and VDM is like, VDM is singing, but honestly he's making music to my ears. Because honestly, that Billboard guy, I've always looked at him and I've always wondered that, what does he really do? Do you get, what does he really do? So what VDM is saying to me, I'm not a VDM fan, no. I don't always follow him, but some of the things he says are true. So Billboard for me is looking like someone that you would say, this one, what does he even do? But you won't say that about Obi Kubana. Because if you see Odogwu bitters, you should know that Odogwu bitters is legit. Anybody that for me is doing legitimate business, most times, check it, is boring things, unsophisticated things that people not necessarily are interested in, things that don't really attract people. Odogwu bitters is almost like Agbo, not Igbo, Agbo, Odogwu bitters is just there, run of the mill. So that was when I began to kind of believe in him. All right, and then I saw him on Facebook, in a Facebook post, talking about keke. And how his money, how his what's it called, his business proposal for people who want to buy keke. You want to buy keke or you want to invest in keke business. He has I can't remember, but he was proposing that okay, you could partner with him because he has the keke, and he actually walked around his showroom and showed the keke that he has, all of them, and he talked about their models, and he talked about the brand and what have you. And he said if you're interested, you can hit him up. They will run the keke for you, then go run am. They will put somebody on the keke to be driving it and making your returns to you. And I was like, this is a boring business now. This is an interesting proposal, because you won't see many big men, billionaires coming out to Facebook to do that kind of thing.
One of my Spider-Man clothes.
Where is it now? I think I put it to washing. Have you seen it? Where is it?
I don't know. I'm gonna find it.
If it's dirty, you can't wear it from. I need to wash it, okay? I'll wash it now.
No.
But you told me that you poured soup on it. You told me that you poured soup on it, so I had to wash it.
Can you please wash it?
I'll wash it now, but I'm tired. I'm busy, and I'm still cooking. Just wait. Close the door for me, please.
Where's the Spider-Man clothes?
I want to wash it. Give me that palm oil there. They say palm oil, you're giving me lip gloss. This one, you don't know what palm oil is.
Gloss.
That thing there.
Fig.
White lid, yes, that's the palm oil. Give it to me, please. Thank you. Please let me close the door.
The heater is on.
I'll go off
Maybe you
am now.
Put it off now so that you don't forget.
Please let me close the door. Excuse me while I turn off my heater. The weather has been really cold, so we've been putting the heater on in the afternoon. So when the window is open, which it is right now, we have to shut the window. I want to finish cleaning this before this live stream ends, because I have 1 hour to be on this live stream. So let me be fast, because this meat, if I follow this meat, I will not finish cleaning. So this is palm oil. I'm going into the pot with my palm oil, waiting for the pot to dry. But like I was saying, when I saw that video about this guy selling what? Keke, that was when I knew that this guy is a genuine businessman and a legitimate one. I pray for the opportunity to meet him someday. So now he started a YouTube channel. You can imagine that, a billionaire starting a YouTube channel. So I'm going into the pot with my palm oil, waiting for the pot to dry out. Waiting for the pot to dry out. I want to finish cooking this egusi soup in the next 20 minutes. Everything is pretty much ready. I have everything ready. There's meat and chicken over there, so I'll use that one. Are you throwing it away? Is it that spot?
It's not spoiled. Inside is not.
Okay. Anything George Home. I know they like George Home. Anything George Home.
It's not forever. You just buy it for now.
So I'm going in with palm oil. I'm going to fry my egusi in the palm oil, even though I blended my egusi wet. I'm going to fry it with palm oil because that is a way to cook your palm oil quick. You know, we Some people, some soups you cook your palm oil, some soups you don't need to cook the palm oil. By cooking palm oil, I mean palm oil needs to be done. Some soups you don't need to cook your palm oil. Okay, so let me turn on the heat for my meat to start cooking, because I have meat elsewhere which I need to use in cooking this egusi soup. So lit the gas, my meat should be cooking, and then I'm making my egusi soup. So Obi Cubana has a YouTube channel and he's my mentor. Yeah. I'm gonna let myself be mentored by him, because I actually love him. I do like him a lot. I like him a lot. So I'm going to turn the camera over to the pot in a minute and live streaming, because I'm not using a camera, I'm using my phone. So that's my egusi gone in the pot. I'm just stirring it now. So this way your oil cooks quicker, because you know some soups you don't cook them with raw. You don't need raw oil. Some soups you need done oil, as in your oil needs to be cooked. That's where Nigerian food is. Some soups require you to have your oil cooked, but some soups don't. For instance, edikanikong soup, which is an efik soup, efok, as they call them, efok, is an efik soup. You don't need your oil to get done for you to cook edikanikong. But even afang, you don't need the oil to be done. But there are some soups that you cook, like okra soup, which I'm still going to make. After making this egusi, I'm still going to make okra. So okra soup, you also need this is my egusi blender. I blended my egusi wet. If you've never blended your egusi wet before, try it. I wash my egusi and I blend it wet. For me, it's a faster way to process it. But when it's dry, it takes a longer time. So yeah, I have dried piece of my lip, whatever. So I'm washing my blender. I'm going to pour it into the pot. Yeah, I need more space in my kitchen. I don't have a lot of space in my kitchen. That's why I keep turning my camera over and over and over and over. So I think I'll move the camera to this side, but maybe not. So like I was saying,
Where is the key and the measuring tape inside this thing?
how you want to use it for? Where you want to put padlock?
No, I bought it for something. This thing. You need to bring out that back bin. That back bin, I don't know why you put it inside there. Well, so that back bin is meant to be outside actually. If what we can do, we can leave it outside. We won't be bringing it inside again. If you want to put anything inside, you open it, put it inside, and leave it there. They will carry it instead of putting it back and bringing it inside and taking it back outside, because they did not carry the recycle now, because they said we need to segregate it. We need to remove some things from that recycle and put it in that bag. That's why they did not carry the recycle. Three meters. Why this guy can't give me?
Oh, my husband and my family, they will not leave me alone to do my live stream in peace. So like I was saying, I don't know if this egusi soup is going to be ready because the burner is just messing me up. So I don't know if it's going to be ready. The gas is so slow today. So as I was saying, we've been talking about friendship and I've been talking about professional relationships in my last two videos, right? But today I want to start talking about, I want to really actually just, talk about friendship, right? And not just friendship, but female friendship. So no, let me ask a question. Like, I don't know how to put it, but let me ask a question. Like, why do we make friends? Because I hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't have good friends, oh, I don't have good friends, oh, I don't have friends, I don't have friends, I don't even want to have friends, most friends are fake, blah blah blah. The question I want to ask those people is, you that you're complaining about friends being fake and whatnot, are you a real friend? Are you a good friend? Are you a true friend? Because a lot of times when people are busy talking about, oh, how friends are fake and how they don't trust people and the what have you, if you go down to the nitty-gritty of it, you discover that those people are actually the ones who are the reason why that relationship is the way it is. If why the problems exist in those relationships, you will find that those people are actually the reason why those problems exist. What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
This.
You won't just let me do my live stream in peace. Why won't you leave those clothes alone? I'm taking those clothes to the charity shop. I want to give those clothes out. Who gave you this thing that you're wearing now? Who gave you that thing you're wearing?
Daddy.
I don't know why you like that cloth. I hate all those things. I hate all those kinds of clothes. Let me check my needs. Close the door for me, please. Close the door. Let me do my live stream. Close the door. Close the door. Please. Thank you. I know, okay, Kwata. This meat go done today, so. This meat go done today, so. My egusi. My egusi. My egusi. My egusi. I hope it will come true. I dreamt of eating egusi soup this weekend. I dreamt of eating egusi soup this weekend. I don't know if I'll finish cooking it though. The pot is just not. The pot is not potting. But what will happen is that because I'm cooking the cow leg. The cow leg anyway. But is the truth is I don't have a pressure pot. Because if I had a pressure pot, all this story I'm not going to tell them. But I need to invest in a pressure pot. That is just the truth. I need to invest in a pressure pot. I'm just moving things around so that my pots can sit, my egusi can go to the.
You taking that clothes to the charity shop?
Just for this. Yeah, I'm giving those clothes out. They're going to the charity shop. Oh, let me just put it on this burner for now. When I finish my live stream, I can then move because I want to finish cooking this egusi soup. But it's supposed to be done in 30 minutes. I don't know if it will be done. I don't know if it will be done, but I hope so. Egusi needs to cook. So once the egusi is cooked, the soup is ready. Once your egusi is cooked, your soup is ready. The most important thing is to cook your egusi and that's it. Once your egusi is done, I'm not using a lot of ingredients. I'm just using my fish, my dry fish and all of that. So once your egusi is cooked, your soup is ready. The only thing left is just, I've already cooked my meat. Once this egusi done, I already have eba. I already have eba here to eat with my soup. Yeah, so I was talking about friendship and I realized that a lot of people go out of their way to make friends because they want somebody that they can be asking for help. If that is why you make friends, please drop a comment, let me know. A lot of people go out of their way to make friends because they want to have somebody that they can be asking for help, someone that can be giving them things when they need it. And this is also why people get married. I understand, and you know all these things. So if I had known, hey, I wouldn't have been like this, honestly. I was so daft, I didn't know. So people go to churches to look for who will be helping them when they need help. Then they need somebody that will give them money. They will see somebody that will be giving them money. Some people go to churches for this reason. People go to places, and most relationships are about finding your helper. Yes, even on this social media street, everybody is looking for helper. That is why most people are on social media. That is why people make friends. So when they say, oh, these people are not good friends, those people are not good friends, because they don't feel that they are getting the help that they wanted from these people. That is just why they complain. So the essence of friendship for these kinds of people is, oh, what is this person giving me? When I needed this money, this person did not give me. When I had this problem, this person did not come to my rescue. They are not looking for friends that they share ideas with. They are not looking for people that they that keep them company. Company is nothing. You understand? All they are interested in, okay, wetin you fit give me. So that's the truth. And I'll tell you why I say that, because recently I had a friend call me. And this is someone I used to consider my very close friend. You know, we're living in the same town and going to the same church until I relocated from that city. So recently she called me. And when she called me, I'm not in Nigeria, and she was calling my network, as in she was calling me with MTN line. So I was like, why are you calling? Immediately I saw her call, I felt, this baby wants to ask me for something. Now this is the kind of relationship I now have with her, because I've realized that every time she calls me, she wants to ask for something. Do you get? And I began to think back to those days when I was in that church and we were all so-called friends in that church. I realized that those people that made me friends, some of the people that made friends with me in that church, made friends with me because they felt, okay, she's okay and she can help me. That was why they made friends with me. Because I began to think, and I realized that I did have other friends in that church, don't get me wrong, right? But I just began to think, and I realized that a lot of times, some of the people that I thought were my really close friends, even for my traditional wedding, none of them came. And I'm not even saying, okay, they didn't come. They didn't even express an interest to come. There was nothing like that. I know the funny thing is that I had a lot of friends, like my own friends, whom I was friends with before I moved to that town and everything, from my secondary school to my primary school. I never bothered any of them. I never bothered anybody to say, oh, I'm getting married, come. And I had been traveling for my friends' marriages prior to that time. I traveled to Lagos for a friend's marriage. I traveled to Imo State for a friend's marriage. I traveled to Cross River State for a friend's marriage. I traveled for people's weddings as well. So it's not as if I've not paid my dues, and I've not also been there for people. But when I was getting married, most of my friends got married before me, and by the time I was getting married, I was like, well, my friends are married, most of them. I can't expect them to, start coming for my. I think one of them was even pregnant when I was getting married. My best friend was pregnant. So I can't expect you to now start traveling with pregnancy down from, she was in Abuja or so. I didn't bother anybody. I didn't say, oh, are you going to come? Are you not going to come? I didn't even bother. I just went and did my traditional. My people were asking me, where are you as big girls now? I did not have. I was just like, nobody really. And I didn't mind. And my sisters were not even around. Nobody, like seriously nobody. My younger sister came only for my white wedding. She wasn't around. So, but I was not really so particular about my traditional marriage. I was more interested in my white wedding anyway. But these girls who were in that church with me and we were all supposed to be friends, I asked them I happened to ask one of them if she could come for my traditional marriage. I said, please, can you accompany me to the village for my traditional marriage? And she told me she could not. She said, no, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. Now, let me tell you where it gets interesting. This is someone that at about the time I was getting married, I had been giving her a stipend from my salary every month. Because she was broke. She had no job. She was single and whatever. So I was giving her a stipend from my salary every month. I made sure I give her a certain amount of money from my salary every month. And I wasn't earning up to 100K. So you can imagine. It's not because I had so much. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't do it because I had so much. Okay. So let me show you my egusi soup. I've fried my egusi and I've added my water. So it's going to boil now and cook. And then I'm going to add my proteins into it. So the soup is coming together. Okay. So I have just 15 minutes left on this live stream. I hope I can finish it before then. So what was I saying? I asked her, someone that I was giving a stipend every month when I was paid my salary, I would give her some money because she had a job. She's not my sister. She's not even from the same town as me. But because I saw her as someone that had a need, I felt, okay, I'm going to support this girl. And I did. But the funny thing is that when I needed her support, she wasn't there. She wasn't there for me when I needed her support. I even asked her. She said, no, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. She gave me some excuse, some reason. I didn't say anything. I just kept quiet. The funny thing that my dad also died. My dad died 2 years after my marriage. When my dad passed, I traveled for my dad's funeral. I can't remember if I asked her if she could accompany me or not, but I traveled for my dad's funeral. We did the whole funeral. Everything was done, and then I came back to the city where we lived. And within a month or less than a month, this babe was asking me for money. I just finished burying my dad. Less than. And I'm like, have you even asked me, since you knew me, in fact, since my father died, have you ever asked me, how did you cope? How did you manage? How did you bury your dad? How? Never asked me one day, how did you do it? How were you? How are you coping? Financially and otherwise. You just buried it. Okay, so where do you think the money came from to bury my dad? Because it's me and my siblings that buried him. So where do you think the money came? You never asked me one day, like, how did you cope? How are you coping? How are you doing? How are you faring? Have you ever asked me one day? And I just buried my dad. Never did. She never did ask me. I kid you not. She never asked me, like, oh, never. Then I began to realize that I thought these people were my friends. This is one person I'm telling you about. The second one, I don't think she even called me when my dad died. Say, oh, I heard your dad died. But recently she called me. I think it was sometime last year she called me. We talked, and I was wondering, why is she calling me? Because I thought she was calling me to know how I'm doing, because that's what friends are supposed to do, right? Friends are supposed to check on each other. Friends are supposed to call each other, know how they're doing. That's what friends are for, isn't it? But it's not, apparently. Friends are for help me, give me, and not what can I do for you? How can I help you? Never. And some friends just feel that, okay, I'm the receiving friend. I'm the receiving friend, so you keep giving me, and I can't give you anything. I can't even give you a shoulder to lean on. Like, that is so twisted. So this girl calls me and I'm like, okay, my friend called me, let me pick the call. Called me, we talk, and next thing she said, her father died, though, she needs support for the burial. Now I'm not on the same call as in, maybe 2 calls later. And I'm like, okay, so this is why she called me, because I was really expecting that. I was expecting that. I know that this babe, like I said, she was calling me on, for the first time in years. She was calling me for the first, since I've been in this country, she hasn't called me. She hasn't even said, how are you doing? And let me tell you something, if you tell me that I don't have phone, or you don't have phone, there is Facebook. You could have done a Facebook message. You could have said hi. You could have said happy birthday to me on Facebook. You could have done anything. So I said, okay, so this is why she's calling. No problem now. No wahala. I sent her some money for her father's funeral. Okay. Then, after I sent the money, I didn't want to give her anything, because the truth of the matter is, that time I sent that money, I was really hard up. Because when you hear that somebody is abroad, it doesn't mean that the person is floating in a yacht or flying in private jets. That is even far. It doesn't even mean that the person is able to pay their bills. It doesn't even mean that the person has a job. I did a video some weeks ago in that I got a new job, and A lot of people don't know, and I've never told people that I have not been working for a long time before I got that job. Yes, I went to do care job. I was caring. I was doing a care job for some months, but care job, at the way I was doing it, was not regular. It was not regular. So this job I'm getting is a whole big deal and is a different, level. But people think, oh, you just got a job, blah, blah, blah. No, I've not been working for months prior to getting that job. I had not been working for months prior to getting that job. So it wasn't just about, okay, I got a job, But at the time when I started this YouTube channel, I had nothing. Like, my job was on hold. I was just trying to get by. So somebody is abroad does not mean that the person is balling. So, but in all the time I've been here, she has never called me, never even said hi to me on Facebook or anything. I'm the one who keeps trying to reach out to her. I'm the one who keeps trying to call her. I'm the one who sends message to her husband, telling her husband to tell her that I'm trying to get across to her, and nothing. And then all of a sudden you get my number, you reach out to me, and before I can say Jacob, you're telling me, oh, your father died, I need support for the burial. I was going to tell her, babe, I cannot support you because I'm hard up myself. But I said no. Why? I sent her some money, a little amount of money, a token, but I sent her some money. And she just said thank you. The thank you was obvious that the money too small, the money no reach, the money no do. But let me just say thank you, Sha. I'm not your sister. Even if I was your sister, I do have my blood sisters that I should be helping, that I could be helping. Thank you. That was it. I think a few weeks after the funeral, she got in touch with me. I said, babe, how did the funeral go? She said it went well. By that time, I was already like, okay, this babe, I think I need to start dialing down on my relationship with her, because apparently nothing else matters to her apart from, okay, this babe should give me money, this babe should give me this babe should give me that, and that's it. If she comes, anything else, she's not interested in my life, she's not interested in being there for me, and so I need to start cutting her off. And so that was what I started doing. And then I saw her call some weeks ago, and I said, so you're calling me with MTN line? That is calling me with network, not a WhatsApp call, not an internet call, because it's cheaper. Internet calls are cheaper. So if you want to call abroad, usually people do internet call, WhatsApp basically. But when you're calling with your network, it's more expensive. So I was like, why are you calling me with your network? Let's talk on WhatsApp now, it will be cheaper for you. She said, oh, her phone is bad, she doesn't blah blah blah, all kinds of things. She began to tell me stories, and I was like, this is the same cycle. But the funniest thing? The funniest thing is that at that point in time that we're having this convo, me, I didn't even have shishi in my own network line to call her back. I didn't have shishi. So as we were talking, the line called. So I could have easily said, okay, call, let me call you back because I'm abroad. Let me tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I did not have shishi. What I could afford then was an internet call, which is why I was telling her, let's talk on the internet. But she said her phone was bad, her WhatsApp was not working, or whatever reason she was giving, whatever excuse she was giving. So I said, I'm not going to call you back because I know there's nothing else you want to do is to ask me for money. Choli gafe. Okay. Ginaku. Ewo. And I never cook finish. I never cook finish. So people are hungry in my house, so let me probably finish this and go and give them food. So that egusi should be almost done. I'm just going to add my meat into it. I had meat I cooked from last week, and I'm going to add it to the egusi. And that is it. Soup is ready. I'll add my meat and then I'll add my veggies, and that's it. It's a simple soup. So as the call cut, I didn't call her back until today. I've not called her, and I'm not gonna call her because I said to myself, babe, me too, I need helper. So I know that what people were doing was looking for friends to be a helper. That is what a friend is to people, a helper. So person will be your friend, and person will go they give you. You don't give, you don't help, you don't support, you don't assist, you don't ask, you don't show any attention. It's me all the time that will be doing all the calling. It's me all the time that will be doing all the visiting. It's me all the time that will be doing everything. Nothing comes from your side. Guess what you are? You are just a parasite. Sorry. You are just a parasite. give me a parasite. So I told the babe, I said, I didn't call her back. Oh, sorry, I didn't call her back. When I didn't tell her anything. I just did not call her back. I made up my mind. I said, I'm not going to do this anymore. You see, this kind of relationships, these relationships that are one-sided, these relationships that don't benefit me. I'm not going to do it anymore. So I didn't know that friendship was all about having someone to help you financially. I didn't know that. I didn't know that if you want to be a friend to someone, then you have to be ready to be giving them money when they need it. Please, if you knew this, let me know. I didn't get the memo. I thought friendship was about, having someone to care for you. But apparently a lot of people, they knew this, and so they've been doing this, So, I didn't know. I didn't know that that was what friendship was about. Oh, people that will be supporting each other financially and all that. I didn't know that. Because even today, even in relationships, people are still being condemned for a lady expecting a man to take care of her, or wanting to be in a relationship because she wants to be taken care of by a man. So the people are still being condemned for that. So if it's not okay in a relationship, for instance, in a marriage, if it's not okay in a marriage, for instance, why should it be okay in friendship? Why should it be okay anywhere? It shouldn't be okay. If it's not okay, it shouldn't be okay. Okay. So if I'm not your friend, why should I don't really get it. I don't really get why people have friendships because they want someone to look after them, they want someone to help them, they want someone to support them, and that is what friendship is all about to some people. It doesn't make sense to me. But that is not what I understand as friendship. Your friend is supposed to be someone that, and if I knew this, I would have been balling by now, because I have friends that are quite well to do. I have friends that are quite comfortable, that have money, more or less. I have friends that have plenty of money. So if I knew that that was what they were in my life for, I would have been very, very rich by now, because I would have been collecting money from them. But I was never that kind of person. I was never the kind of person that would collect money from a friend, except it got really, really, really. I never asked my friends for money. I never expected my friends to foot my bills. I never expected my friends to do more than just be there for me. And I was there for them as well. So please let me know, is this what friendship is? Like, okay, you and I, we are friends, and all we are friends for is I help you. I help you. I help you. Somebody to be giving me money. Or, okay, I give you money, you give me money. I give you money, you give me money. I don't understand. Where do we define, okay, who is supposed to do the giving and who is supposed to do the receiving? Okay, we help each other. But if you have your money and you use your money, and I have my money and I use my money, are we not good? Why do we have to interchange the money between ourselves? The reason I ask this is because you might be in a position where your friend is more influential than you or has more money than you. For instance, if I happen to get to be friends with Obi Kubana tomorrow, am I going to be friends with Obi Kubana because I can get money from him? That is the question. Am I going to seek to be friends with Obi Kubana so that Obi Kubana can be giving me money? When I want to bury my dad, Obi Kubana will give me money. When I want to do wedding, Obi Kubana will give me money. Is that what friendship is about? Okay, Obi Kubana will be paying my rent because he's a billionaire and he has more money than me. I don't think that's what friendship is about, because I remember Chris Rock saying that he spent a lot of money to meet Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson became very good friends. But at a point he was asking Michael Jackson for something. I think it was a Ferrari or a car or something, and Michael Jackson said, I'm not giving you my car, I beg. Do you understand? So am I going to be friends with an influential person because I just want them to be giving me money? Because there's more to life than that, if you ask me. And if I'm friends with an influential person, I think there's more that they can do for me than to give me money. I think, for instance, Obi Kubana, if he ever became my friend, I could gain a lot more from him than just money. And that is my egusi soup. That is my egusi soup, and that is my swallow. I could gain more from Obi Kubana than him just giving me money. I could gain his business contact, I could gain his business ideas, I could gain contacts to start my own business, to get capital to invest in my own business. I could gain a lot more from him. Close the door. Let me just, okay, bitter leaf. It's really bitter. I could gain a lot more from Obi Kubana than getting money from him. No? So, if ever, Obi became my friend, I don't think it would be about him giving me some of his millions, his billions. For me, it would be about, okay, getting me into the right rooms, getting me into the right places, right? Getting me into the right connections, helping me meet the right people, you know. It wouldn't hurt if I flew in his private jet from time to time. I don't know if he even owns the jet. It wouldn't hurt, okay? But there's more to life and there's more to friendship, if you ask me, than having someone to give you money and having someone to give money. But I've never been the kind of person that made friends because this person is rich. And like I said, I have friends that are very wealthy. I have never expected them to be giving to me because they have more than me. I've never. And if they are watching this video, they can testify to that. So, guys, please let me know. Is it that friendship is about having someone to give you money? Is that what friendship is about? Is that what friendship means to everybody that is looking for friendship? Because that is probably why a lot of people are complaining that they don't have friends and that there are not a lot of good friends around. What really is your purpose when you're looking for a friend? What really are you looking for? What really are you after when you're looking for a friend? So that is what I wanted to talk about in today's live stream. And like I said, I'm just going to be live for 1 hour. And now I'm going to eat my egusi. With bitter leaf. Yeah. So let me know what you think. I really would love your feedback because I want to know. Maybe I've been doing friendship the wrong way. I'm not a good friend. Maybe that's why some of my friends don't call me. They don't reach out to me as much, you know. But I don't know why you'll be somebody's friend and the father will die. You won't even call them. Egusi soup is my best soup. So I'll see you guys in my next live stream. I want to go and make food for my mother. Bye. How do I end this live? Yes, okay. Stop streaming.